right, guys, we are back. Here we go. Now we're back. And here we go. So I'm going to pay my 150, enter the arena here, and all right, the choices are Shaman, Priest, Warlock. And for those of you just tuning in, we're doing an arena coaching session where these guys coach me through a draft, and I'll probably run through either the whole run right after the show or at least some of the games, because I know you guys don't stay up like super late when I normally stream. So I figured we'd start doing that whenever we do these segments. But Shaman, Priest, Warlock, what do you think, guys? What do you think would be interesting for the viewers?
I think for Priest, Trump and I would agree on too much. I think it'd have to be Warlock or Shaman. And I think Shaman would disagree the most, so that might be the most entertaining. What do you think, Trump?
Oh, I was just gonna say, let the people vote, but whatever. Roll die, choose whatever.
This is a total dictatorship here. We get to decide.
Next time we will do a straw. We'll do a straw poll.
Okay, we should do a Warlock since we've already done a Shaman together. Okay.
Did we?
Didn't we? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
Back in Berlin, and also a Chanman, I think.
Yeah, I think we did one together too. I think we did a Paladin and a Shaman together. I think.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna go Warlock. Soul should be mine.
Also, I have no idea what to think of Blood Imp, so maybe you can help me.
All right, start off right off the bat with an epic.
My last two Warlock drafts have ended, I think, 11 and like 8 or something. So I think I have it figured out.
Nice. All right. Okay, starting off with an epic card here.
It's a pretty slow type of deck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, right here, I think Faceless Manipulator. Big Game Hunter's too situational. It's not bad for 4-2 for 3, but it is pretty situational though for the destroy a minion. And the Bane of Doom is very RNG-ish for the whatever demon summon there. So I figure Faceless would be a little more consistent. Thoughts?
I would go with big game. With Warlock, you can afford to have a big hand, so you can afford to have situational cards.
Okay. Trump?
Okay, I'll let Krip go first on the odd ones.
Okay.
Faceless, I think, is better. It's also a situational card, but it'll generally be... I mean, you run into stuff that's big gameable so rarely. That's about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I mean, it's gonna be a lot more rare, right? In Arena, given that that there's only so many. I mean, some decks don't even have any legendaries, right? And oh man, when you guys disagree, that means I have to choose between you guys. That's the harder part.
The idea when I make a Warlock deck is like the mid game, like the 4s, the 5s, maybe a few 6s, and when you play that type of game and they play like a War Golem, you get owned. So yeah, I would go with big game. I don't think it's that hard a decision for me. I mean, they do the same. They do the same thing. Like, if you're going to faceless something that's going to actually be a good thing to faceless, more than likely you can big game it instead, and big game is more devastating.
Well, I argue that's not true, because there are so many things that you can faceless that you can't big game. Off the top of my head, some common ones are Ogre, Temple Enforcer, like just general buffed cards, and you can always faceless and then remove it if that's possible, and you can, and even if it's not a perfect solution, copying their card is sort of a solution.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll just trade, right? And all right. So normally I would pick faceless. So because of this, I'm gonna pick big game just because that's not what I would normally pick. So we'll go with that. All right, next up we got Youthful Brewmaster, Fairy Dragon, and Ancient Brewmaster. All right, so I mean, Fairy Dragon's really good against a lot of classes. At least the removal for, just their 1 mana and 2 mana removal. But I know Brewmaster's got usefulness, or especially with a big game hunter. So I think I would lean towards Youthful Brewmaster.
Okay, I think this one's really close, but I would go Fairy Dragon over Youthful Brewmaster.
Okay.
That's about it. I value the can't be targeted slightly more than the ability to return a guy.
I also think the Fairy Dragon's the best play, because with Warlock you can fill your hand, and slowing down your game is often not better than drawing another card with a hero ability. So I don't think the pandas are that good in Warlock.
All right, that's interesting because it's class specific. That comment is cool. All right, our first not so great choice here. We got Summoning Portal, Dalaran Mage, and Shield Bearer. Oh wow. These are pretty bad. I think I'd have to pick. I guess Dalaran Mage, just because it's. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick Shield Bearer. That's for sure. But Summoning Portal, I'm not sure how valuable it is because it's a 4-drop too. So that's pretty bad. I'll take the Dalaran Mage.
I think the Shield Bearer might be the right pick.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a gain 4 life for 1.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's kind of like a mirror image,
Whoa.
which it's just nice. I don't know. What do you think, Trump?
I actually think the Summoning Portal, just because the other cards are so bad that
Okay.
you could give the Summoning Portal a whirl. Sometimes it's really good.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
All right, let's have some fun. Let's go Summoning Portal. All right, next up, Flame Imp, Voidwalker, Dread Infernal. I think Dread Infernal's nice, 6/6 out of 6, but it does 1 damage to all characters. But I don't know, that's not terrible. Flame Imp's obviously a really great turn 1 play. Voidwalker can be useful too, kind of tempo wise. Can be annoying too, turn 1 for some classes. So, I think Flame Imp. I feel like Flame Imp's not as good in Arena as it is in Constructed. I don't know. I guess I'll lean towards the big guy, the Dread Infernal.
Okay, well, I'd go Flame Imp. I don't know if
It
I'd
is Flame
say
Imp.
it's worse in Arena than Constructed. I mean, it's just good in both formats.
I just felt like in
3/2 is always great.
Constructed you can kind of you can kind of build in life gain, and you can like if you get 2 or 3 Flame Imps, would you ever get like 2 or 3 Flame Imps, or is there?
Yeah, sure, I'd
Yeah.
pick 6 of them.
Really?
I would
wow.
not pick 6 of them, but
My
I
goodness.
pick like
Okay.
4.
4 of them. Wow. Okay. Even without the, I guess, the guarantee that you're going to have any kind of life gain, losing that much health isn't.
Yeah,
It's worrisome.
kill 'em faster.
Turn 1 Flame Imp is crushing. So
Yeah,
Okay.
You
turn
wanna do
1
that.
Flame Imp, turn 2 Flame Imp, Flame Imp, turn 2 Flame Imp, Flame Imp, Flame Imp, and you win.
Okay.
actually,
noted.
I'm not
Duly noted.
sure if you win, because if you do that, you'd be at 12.
True.
You probably win.
Okay, so Flame Imp is definitely the pick here, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go there. All right, next up we got Doggy, Cobalt, or Grimscale Oracle. I think Doggy here.
Dougie.
Yay! Any objections, Trump?
I mean, no
Nope.
objection.
No objections. All right, cool. Okay, so next up we got Shadowbolt, removal, decent removal, Scarlet Crusader, and Voodoo Doctor. For me, it's between Scarlet Crusader and Shadowbolt. It's kind of like just this whole determining whether a minion or a spell removal is just kind of going to be more valuable because they're both pretty good here. Scarlet Crusader is definitely not nearly as good against something like a mage for sure. The value goes down by a lot, but I still would probably lean towards Scarlet Crusader.
I would, is this Krip first? Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
know.
it's me first.
No, it's Trump
Is
first.
it?
It's even.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, I go Shadowbolt. I think it's close, but Warlocks tend to not have very many spells, so I give the lean to the Shadowbolt just because you get more flexibility on what you can do with your turns.
Okay. Krip?
I think Warlock is weak against Mage and Rogue, and both of those kill Scarlet Crusaders very easily, so you go Shadowbolt, because
Alright.
it's good against everything.
Interesting. Cool. All right, next up, Mogashan, Warden, Mortal Coil, and Turtle. Oh boy. Okay, so I think after our previous discussion, I think Oasis is better than Moga's Shine, but we do have a doggy, so we were talking a little bit about that. But it's kind of the same, I guess. And so it's between Mortal Coil and Oasis. I don't think we need the card draw, given that we're a Warlock, so I'd pick Turtle.
I would pick Mortal Coil because people are like, oh, hey, it's a Warlock. I'm going to be an asshole and leave all my minions at 1 health. And then, bam, Mortal Coil.
Really?
Yay.
Okay. Really? Okay.
I agree. Mortal Coil's a good card.
Alright, let's go Mortal Coil then. Okay. Swamp Ooze, Corruption, or Sense Demon? Swamp Ooze.
No, that's easy. Ooze. Yep.
Swamp Ooze.
Yep.
That's an easy decision. Okay, here we go. Another Shadow Bolt. Magma Rager, not so much. And then Doggy. I already have 1 Shadow Bolt. There's 2, and I already have 1 Doggy, too. So, between those 2... Don't have that many minions right now. I'd lean towards another Shadow Bolt.
Yay, Shadow Bolt.
Yay, Shadow Bolts are really good.
Alright, there we go. Okay, next up, rare card here. We got Crazed Alchemist, Violet Teacher, or Sun Fury Protector. Alright, so, Sun Fury Protector, Crazed Alchemist is... I mean, the Crazed Alchemist's battle cry can be quite good against some cards, given the, some cards are either 1 attack or even some 0 attack, right, which it kills. Sun Fury Protector, the taunt isn't that important, I don't think, in Arena. And then Violet Teacher we talked about earlier, and we actually have 3 spells. So I'm going to go with Violet Teacher.
Cool. I agree completely. I think the Violet Teacher is on a different level than these 2 cards. Especially given how you already have 3 spells.
Yeah, okay.
Especially given how you need more late game. And yeah, that's the later of the game there.
Okay.
Yep.
So when you're in sub turn 10, how much am I worrying about that? Like that comment right there, Krip. Like I wasn't sure I would be worrying about that quite yet since I have 20 cards left.
You have like 2 4-drops right now, and that's it. That's pretty weak. Yeah.
Okay.
You want big stuff now.
All right. Not this turn though. Elven Archer, Shadow Bolt, or Swamp Ooze again. No way, I should get 3 Shadow Bolts, right? That'd be quite a bit. But then it's 2 Swamp Oozes. I already have 2 3. I actually have 3 3/2s, which is the Flame Imps at 1 also. Oh my god. And then Elven Archer can be really good for removing just that one damage. So we'll go... God, I don't know. I'd pick a minion. I'd pick another Swamp Ooze.
I would also
Shadow
pick
Bolt's-
another Swamp Ooze.
Really? I think Shadow Bolt's that good that I would definitely pick it here. Plus,
Wow.
I think
the
weapons...
amount... So the Shadow Bolt is good. Well, you have a Violet Teacher also, which makes the Shadow Bolt like slightly better. But even despite that, I would still pick Shadow Bolt over because Warlocks just tend to have not very many spells, and the fact that you're getting all of these spells early is fortuitous because you're not going to get any later. And if you do, you probably still pick them anyways.
Wow, okay. Rebuttal there, Krip? You seem to still be on the fence about that.
I feel like weapons are kind of a problem if you're playing a Warlock. Like, with Warlock, the problem is getting the board. If you get the board, you can start tapping, and then it's easy mode. And I feel like Ooze is going to help towards that more than Shadow Bolt. But yeah, I think both cards are really good.
All right, I'm gonna go with the same philosophy I went with before because I would have picked Ooze, so I'm going Shadow, but going with Trunk this time. Okay, next up, Shattered Sun Cleric, Ironfur Grizzly, or Thrallmar Farseer. I think I'd go with Shattered Sun here, just to get that buff on. Hopefully a minion on the board, probably, so I have a decent 1-2 drops here.
Yeah, agreed.
No brainer, right, Kurt?
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Hellfire. She's got lots of spells. Hellfire, Power, Overwhelming, and Cult Master. I think I go Cult Master here.
Hellfire, Power Overwhelming, Cult Master.
Hellfire. Well,
I kind of like the one Hellfire. You
Yeah,
have
oh, you
three
like the
Shadow
one.
Bolts.
okay.
Yeah, Cult Master's fine.
Cult Master value go down a little bit just because you're a Warlock.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep stuff on the board. And if you do have it on the board, you probably draw as much as you want.
Okay. Trump?
Yeah, it's fun to have a Hellfire, but if you have a card like Cult Master against it, it's not the time to pick it. Sort of the same philosophy I have with Bloodlust. I pick Cult Master with Bloodlust in this situation, but pick Cult Master.
Any consideration for Power Overwhelming? Because Krip actually was talking about Power Overwhelming a little bit.
Yeah, the card's okay,
Yeah.
but it's not as good as Cult Master.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Kind of
Cult
like
Master.
Soulfire, except you discard a creature off the board.
That's true. That's true. All right. Let's see. Leper Gnome, Demon Fire, Priestess of Elune. Okay, so Leper Gnome or Priestess of Demon Fire. I mean, from buffing standpoint, we only have one demon here, and then from removal, a 2 damage removal. It's okay, but it's not great. We already have so much removal in the Shadow Bolt too. So for me, it's between Leper Gnome and Priestess, and I don't know. Priestess is kind of nice just for the life gain. The stats kind of suck though. 5/4 for a 6. And Leper Gnome, like Leper Gnome's obviously quite good in a lot of decks in constructed that I play, but in Arena it could counter a 3/2 drop. It does 3 damage to like rogues and that sort of a hero power attack. I'd lean towards the life gain for Priestess.
Cool, I'd pick Demon Fire because it's
Shit. Okay.
it doesn't suck.
Okay.
I think Demon Fire is a good choice, but I think I would also go for the Priestess. I think Life Gain and Warlock is really strong.
Thoughts on the Priestess, Trump?
So Priestess does have some merits just because there are no 5s or 6s in your deck yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I still think that the card in general is not very good. And the Demon Fire, you've got one Flame Imp, and you've got the Violet Teacher, and it's... If this were the first pick, I would pick Demon Fire, and it's not the first pick. The Priestess is slightly better given the circumstances, but it still doesn't outweigh the Demon Fire, I'd say.
I think I'd go with everything Trump said, except the conclusion that it does actually outweigh the Demon Fire.
How many cards in are you?
We're on. This is card number 14.
Yeah, I mean, I'd just go Demon Fire with the philosophy of like weighing towards bigger cards from here on out, and like I do weigh towards the Priestess of Elune just because of the lack of late game, but the card is not very good.
Okay. All right. Sticking with the philosophy, going Demon Fire. I would have picked Priestess. Okay, here we go. Succubus, Darkscale Healer, and then Drain and Life. God, we're getting a ton of spells. Let's see.
I don't know if you're getting that one, though.
Yeah, we're not getting that one though. I think I'm going Darkscale Healer. Succubus just 4/3 for 2, but you are losing a card, so it's like a 2 for 4/3. Yeah, so I'm going Darkscale Healer here.
Yep, I agree. And Succubus is not a good card.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. Hellfire, Raptor, Dark Iron Dwarf. Dark Iron Dwarf is what I would choose.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Light Warden, Felguard, or Angry Chicken. Wow. So I think Felguard, just kind of by default here. Maybe I get a Shattered Sun Cleric on the Angry Chicken. Maybe. But not likely.
Yeah, but you didn't pick the Elven Archer to activate it after you Shattered Sun.
Well, I didn't know I had it. I was going to get it.
Oh, man.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
up. Okay,
Yep.
Felguard.
Felguard.
Alright. Next up, Arcane Golem, Shadow Flame, or Mana Addict. Well, okay, so I do have a lot of spells for Mana Addict, but Mana Addict generally isn't like the greatest of cards. Could trade it with like a 3 health on a turn that give it value there. Arcane Golem, 4/2 charge is nice if you have like a very, if you can design your deck a certain way, but I don't know in Arena if it's great. Especially if you're just going to trade something, then you'd be giving up a crystal or giving a crystal for, which can be pretty expensive. So I think I'd go Shadow Flame just to clear the board, potentially.
I think this is a really tough one because you have like Demon Fire and 3 Shadow Bolts. So like, what are you doing with Shadow Flame? Stuff's gonna probably be dead anyway. Like you're gonna Shadow Flame like 2 cards maybe. I don't know. But then Mana Addict kind of sucks, and then Arcane Golem. I mean, maybe you can make an aggro Warlock deck, but in my experience, those don't really work that well anymore.
Well, we don't have one. This isn't an aggro Warlock deck, is it? I mean,
so far it is.
I actually think it is.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely
aggro
low
deck.
mana curve, but okay. So you'd classify this as really aggro. Okay.
I don't know. I guess you can make it aggro and go Arcane Golem. I think that might be the best choice.
Yeah, the Shadow Flame isn't as good just because you have so much removal already.
Okay. All right, we'll go Arcane Golem. Okay, Succubus, Sense Demon, Brewmaster. Eeh. Go Brewmaster here. Just
Which Brewmaster?
Yep. It doesn't
youthful.
matter which
Sorry,
one it
youthful. It's youthful.
Okay.
Don't pick Brewmaster.
Okay.
That's true. All right, we got another epic card at card number 20 here. We got Mountain Giant, Molten Giant, or Twisting Nether. Okay, so for me, it's between the 2 giants, and it's really just, whether I think I'll have a lot of cards in my hand or whether I think my health is going to be low. And I think since I'm a Warlock, my health is going to be low probably more times than my hand being full in Arena. So I'm going Molten Giant.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, card 20. So let's just look at our deck real quick. Got 20 cards now. And what should I be just focused completely on?
Defender Vargas.
Okay.
Yep.
What?
Besides a specific
Oh,
card,
choice.
what should I be like? What should I be focused on just the rest of the way?
Well, I think at this point you have an interesting point of being able to either go for big cards or small cards. Like you could still try to balance it out by grabbing the 5s, 6s, and 7s as a high priority and then making a balanced Warlock deck, or just double downing on the aggression and then picking even more fast cards. So it depends on what the cards give you.
Well, card 21 seems to be favoring that more aggro approach here. So we got Worgen, Demon Fire, Hellfire. I'm gonna go Worgen here.
I think you go Worgen because you have a lot of spells already. Like if
Yeah.
they don't play many creatures, you're gonna have a lot of dead cards. You need stuffs.
I go Hellfire because I am
Wow, okay.
more wanting to go for the late game. There's no way to activate the Raging Worgen other than their side. And
And you have a
Coil.
Demon Fire. Activation.
The Coil does, but Demon too. Yeah. Okay, so you're leaning
and
towards
it
Hellfire.
looks like there's a lot of 3s in the deck, although I do know that 3 of them is Shadow Bolt, and I still think the 3 spot is already oversubscribed.
Okay,
You can't have
Hellfire.
too many subscribers, man.
That is true. That is definitely true. Okay, Hellfire. Really? Okay. Well, I would never have picked Hellfire, so going Hellfire. All right,
Like,
Blood
what are your
Imp.
thoughts? Oh, it's already picked? Okay.
Yeah, I already picked it.
I think Worgen was like pretty easy pick there.
Okay, well, moving on. Blood Imp, Fen Creeper, Silver Moon Guardian. I guess I'd go Fen Creeper here. It's not that powerful of a unit, but it's got a lot of health. It's going to stick on the board. And Blood Imp, I don't know how Blood Imp... I mean, Blood Imp's not nearly as good as it used to be, and I'm not sure how it is in Arena. So I would have gone with Creeper.
Yeah, I'll go Creeper here.
I would also go Creeper.
Alright, card 23. We got Voodoo Doctor, Dark Iron Dwarf, or Cult Master. Got one of the dark, so it's between Dark Iron Dwarf and Cult Master for me. We already have one Cult Master, so probably another Dark Iron Dwarf.
You actually cannot have too many cult masters. If you go for one, more is actually a good thing. But
Okay.
because your creatures suck, I would go with a Dark Iron to upgrade your sucky creatures.
Yeah.
So I'm going to disagree on the fact that you can't have too many cult masters, because it doesn't work in that the more cult masters you have, the more you want. In fact, I think like one or two is the upper limit. Anyways, I think Dark Iron Dwarf is a clear choice here.
Okay. Pick 24, Archmage, Ogre Magi, Worgen Infiltrator. I think Archmage here, just because I need some later game. It's not giving me too much of that, I guess, aggro option here. I guess I could pick Worgen Infiltrator, but I think Archmage is better.
I'd go with the Worgen Infiltrator, just because...
Okay.
I mean, not because it's more aggro-oriented, but it's good at securing the early game. And Archmage isn't that great late game.
Okay.
I actually think Archmage is the worst one.
All right.
I think Ogre Magi is really close because you have so many spells.
Oh, that's
and
true.
it's a
That's
four.
true.
But I think you already have a decent number of 4s. I think the Worgen Infiltrator is the right card to pick here.
I actually think Archmage is close with Infiltrator. I think Ogre Magi is the worst card. Just because with the curve of this deck, you're going to want to have something big. So it's either the Archmage or the Infiltrator, and the argument is the... Well, this is... I don't know if this is aggro.
It's pretty aggro.
It's pretty aggro.
All right, let's go Worgen Infiltrator then.
The thing about arena aggro is that having a few late game drops behind your aggro is still alright, just because it's so much less focused.
Okay. Yeah, it's not as precise and clean and that sort of thing, right? Let's see, Ancient Brewmaster, Stone Tusk Boar, or Mogashan Warden. I think it's going to have for me. I'd pick the Brewmaster here.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
All right, and Flame Imp, BBB, another Shadow Bolt. They just want me to have like 6 Shadow Bolts this game. Let's go Flame Imp here.
You get that Molten Giant synergy.
That's right. That's
oh my
right.
gosh, such value.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure before I click it. Okay. Stormwind Champion, Harvest Golem, Abusive Sergeant. Normally I just pick Stormwind Champion because it's just such a good card. But I mean, Harvest Golem's obviously solid too, but I'd just pick Stormwind Champion.
Okay. I was worried. You're talking about other cards beside the Stormwind Champion there.
It's just too good.
I agree.
Your deck is like the definitive deck where you'll have a creature. So
Okay.
it's small stuff and kill, and that means you'll have stuff. And then Stormwind is like, oh, you got stuff? Well, here's better stuff. Bam.
All right. Layman's terms. Like it. I like it. Ogre Magi, Priestess of Elune, Murloc Tidehunter. Okay, so we're gonna go aggro here. So I don't think Priestess would apply here. But for me, it'd be between Magi and Tidehunter, and I never liked Tidehunter. Just too easy to get rid of that stuff. Just the 1 health units. Oh god. I guess I'd go with Magi just because it's kind of mid range. It has the +1 spell damage too that I could use probably with Shadow Bolt at times. It's going to be the worst pick. Watch this.
It actually is the worst.
Yes,
so
I knew there was
the first thing I was
chances
going to
there.
ask is, how many 2s do you have?
2s, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 2s. Okay.
Okay, and one of them's just a spell, right? That's Demon Fire.
Yes, one of them is a Demon Fire.
Okay, so I was tempted to take Murloc Tidehunter, but you probably have 2 Flame Imps. I think that's enough early game, so I'd go Priestess of Elune. Just because you have, like, if you look at the mana curve, there's 0 things on 6, so
Yeah.
it's nice to have something on 6.
Okay. Let's What do you think, Crib?
I think I'd go for Ogre Magi. Because, like,
It isn't
Ogre
the
Magi,
worst. Oh my god.
Ogre Magi is 6. Like, it's you play Ogre Magi and then you tap, and that's 6.
That doesn't count. What?
What?
But
4
Versus of
plus
the Loon
2
is
is
8.
totally 6.
Versus Avalune is 8.
You need an 8 drop, Crip.
With the +2
No,
health.
no. This deck is like too fast to care about gaining life, I think, and that's why I'd shift it and go with the more aggressive pick.
Rebuttal, Trump?
Um,
Wish I could show it. I need to fix the overlay next time we do this because I can't see the deck right now. It's kind of annoying.
I actually strongly believe it's the Priestess here because having the option to play a 6 card is really good, and given how much of the curve is already 4, you'll probably have the option to do 4 plus tap on something better than Ogre Magi.
Ogre Magi is good though. You get 3 Shadow Bolts.
Oh, you know what happened? Let me fix this. Oh,
It's okay.
let's this up. There we go.
I mean, it only doesn't suck because you have 3 Shadow Bolts.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to decide. And again, if I'm gonna stick to that same, I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna go with Priestess of Elune. Okay.
0-3 ink.
What?
0-3 incoming.
0-3 incoming. Oh shit. Alright. Dread Infernal, Demon Fire, or Silverhand Knight. Silverhand Knight. Just it's gonna get more units on the board, and Demon Fire seems to. I don't know. There's not much. Well, actually, I have 2 Flame Moons now, but
I think Silverhand Knight is really good if you're the one with board control, and I think you will be given the rest of your deck. So I think that's the choice.
Yeah, I agree.
okay. So Silverhand Knight. All right, last pick, guys. Oh, we got Emperor Cobra, Wild Pyromancer, or Imp Master. Which does kind of support more of an aggro approach, but okay. So looking at it, I mean, Pyromancer. There's a lot of spells, so Pyromancer could, would be able to proc and kill some ones here. Maybe even a 5, which would be really nice at 5 mana. Imp Master's going to get more stuff on the board. Could be good with Doggy and things like Stormwind. And Emperor's decent for removing just a big unit, but there's not a ton of big units in generally. It wouldn't have necessarily a good opportunity all the time. So I think I would lean towards Pyromancer here.
Okay, so I think it's roughly close, but I think the Imp Master is the best one here.
Okay.
The reason being, there aren't very many 3 drops that you have in your deck that you actually want to play on 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cobra or Imp Master is the choice, and Imp Master is better if you have board control, and as a Warlock you actually have 1 drops, 3 of them, and then you might have a 2 drop, and then the Imp Master will get tremendous value.
Crib, what do you
Hopefully. Yeah, I think the Imp Master is fine. I think playing a 2 drop on 3 is also fine, and if you pick Pyro, you can do that. So I think it's okay as well. But I think Imp Master is a good choice. I'll go with that.
think? All right. There you have it. All right, predictions. Predictions on this deck.
0-3.
What do you think, Trump?
I think this deck has a pretty good curve, and the card quality is it's reasonable to pretty good. Like, as a serious prediction, I think it'll go. It's
gonna be
let's scroll down onto the bottom.
It's gonna
I
be
just wanna see the
-2 or
endgame cards.
-3 for ChanMan adjustment here.
Okay, I think it'll go 8.
I think I'll go 8. Okay, so the ChanMan scale will be about 5. So, all right. Wow, that's more than I
Crip,
think.
did you
but
want to change your adjustment to a serious rating? Like, what would you think if you're the one violating this for reals?
I don't know. You just have to get lucky. Like you're gonna get dominated by a mage with like a couple flame strikes.
Well, that's
So
true. Yeah.
if you queue into three of those, yeah, you might actually go 0-3. So I don't know. If you queue against priests, easy game. Good luck.
Okay. So I guess we'll see how that goes, guys. We'll run this deck right after the show, and we'll see if it goes up 3 or not. But let's take a couple questions, and then we'll wrap up the show here. Those of you that were able to see the Reddit post, we always post questions, or I have you guys post questions there, and then we just take them there. We're going to take only 1 or 2 today, guys. And future reference, it's here, guys. We'll sort by top, and we'll see what's at the top. Let me see. Okay, so it says, Ty Cheesy asks, which card, if drafted early, will change the way you draft? Please give an example of one card that would change the way you draft a lot. So I guess maybe if you draft in the first, 5 cards or something like that, that would affect the next 25 cards. Trump, you want to take this one?
It's fine. I'll just say literally no card would do that.
All right.
I disagree.
Ooh.
I think if you get something like Ysera in like Mage or Warlock, like one of the first few cards, you can pretty much just go aggro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. What do you think of that comment, Trump?
What did you just say? If you go Ysera, then you draft a lot more aggro?
Yep, because you don't need late game. You just need control when you play Ysera, and then it wins the game for you.
Oh, see, that's why I said it wouldn't change my mind, because if you pick Ysera, I don't think that changes much. I mean, all of the drafts I do tend to be, like, just balanced anyways, and...
If I get like a
draft
really
more
big legendary, and I think I can stay alive until I draw it, I'll pick like much more low curve. Even from the beginning.
What does that mean, like, drafting more aggro? You pick Leper Gnome, or...?
No. Like normally I have like fewer 2s than 4s. Like slightly. And then I have like a bunch of 5s, a bunch of 6s, even some 7s, I pick them. And if I have Ysera, probably won't pick like many 7s, probably won't pick many 6s. Like they'd have to be really top tier.
Trump thinking. Trump thinking.
Okay, I guess I'll disagree. And I can't really back that up. But I also argue Krip can't back up drafting more aggro just because of a Ysera.
Yeah, I think I have before.
Okay, it's definitely an interesting comment. I would never have... That rationale would never have gone through my head, so... Interesting. Alright, next up, Felix the Dude asks, for tournaments constructed, what do you guys think of Artos' suggestion of banning Nat Pagal and or Tinkmaster from tournaments?
It's pretty weak sauce. Ban cards and you banned those? Come on.
So obviously for RNG, from that standpoint. So removing some more RNG, essentially, from some of these competitions.
You might as well play the same deck and have, the same order of cards that you draw them in, right? I don't know. It seems ridiculous. The game is mostly for lulz. Trying to add competitive aspect is always going to, kind of make people laugh a little bit. It's always going to be for fun when you're playing Hearthstone, I feel.
Yeah, but, I think generally speaking from the game, yeah, I don't think you should ever, take out things like Nat Pagal and Tinkmaster altogether, because it would remove a lot of the fun. But, in these competitions, you can do whatever you want, right? You can add restrictions, you can do a lot sort of things. So, Trump, what do you think?
I think what Krip just said is actually highly controversial about whether or not this game is just for funsies. That said, Nat Pagal and Tinkmaster, I can understand the rationale behind banning them, because if you think that this is not a for funsies game, then those cards do add a lot of randomness to the game, and they're so good that you have to put them in. Just because even when they go badly for you, they're still good. But the problem is when they go badly for you, they're significantly less good. But
Well,
you still need them. It's like a necessary evil. It's sort of like the stopgap card. The way I feel about this is they're like stopgap cards that you need for now, while there aren't enough cards to actually deal with the solution. Once there are more cards, this problem naturally goes away. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
I like people who complain about this kind of stuff. You like do it for them, and then they complain about like another card. Like it's like I don't know what's called a slippery slope thing.
Yeah.
You like ban these things, and then it's like, oh man, Sylvanas is way too random. What about that Ysera card? You know, and eventually you're playing with a bunch of Yetis versus Raptors. I mean, who cares? It's fine. Just deal with it.
People were complaining that Sylvanas is way too random. I mean,
no, I mean that's just
I mean
a
that
slippery
was
slope
yeah,
argument.
yeah. It's just. I mean, I think the worst case, a lot of people obviously have been in the situation where both of you, you and your opponent play Nat Pagle in turn 2, or it's turn 1 and turn 2, and then one guy gets like 5-6 cards, and you get 0 cards, right? And that's the big discrepancy, and I think a lot of it has to do with just Nat Pagle is just so popular right now too. And to Trump's point, I think when we see more cards, I think you'll see less of that kind of stuff happening. Take Master, I don't know. Take Master definitely had some moments too where you get a 5/5 and it sucks compared to obviously a 1/1, but you still get some value out of it, right? It's still a silence. It's still a sometimes it's still somewhat of a nerfer if it's like a giant or something. So Take Master's not as bad in my opinion. And then Arena, this guy he wanted to know what you currently rank hunters. Did the Unleash the Hounds buff improve things to the point of it being close to the other classes? And I was actually talking to Hafu about this the other night, and she really likes the Unleash the Hounds and Hunter and thinks it makes Hunter quite powerful. So what are your thoughts? Trump, I'll start with you.
I still rank Hunter last.
Wow.
But
okay.
It should be noted that I think the 8 classes that aren't Hunter, and this could also be stylistically from... Actually, no, screw that. I'm just going to say I think they're all close enough balanced that I don't want to rank anything last, but I prefer Hunter the least. That might be because of my playstyle.
Okay. Grip?
Yeah, I don't know. Hunter is pretty good. Like, you certainly see more Hunters when you're at like 10 or 11 wins than you do Priests. So I think objectively speaking, Hunter is not the worst, but I don't like playing it because you're really forced to play an aggro-based deck, and I don't know, I just don't like that.
Okay. Well, I said 2 questions, and actually that was 3 questions, but two people asking the questions. How about that? But why don't we wrap the show? It's been a fun show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the card analysis and the coaching session. But Krip, you want to do some shout outs, thank yous, announcements, anything like that?
No, not really. I think I'm good. Oh,
You just good today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I was gonna do like shout outs to your kids playing some music for our stream, getting some extra media in there, but they stopped like
The piano
right at
lesson's
the
over.
beginning.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe next time you can get them to keep going, and then we can.
Next time I just
we can
leave
give
the
them the
door,
shout outs.
leave the door open so you can hear it really loud.
Yeah.
Trump.
You missed it, Kerp. Anyways, next week on Monday, let's see, I believe starting at 12:30 Pacific, you can see. Is it 1:30 Pacific? It's somewhere around 1. Somewhere around 12:30. I'll have to look at the calendar, but you can see Krip casting some ESGN Hearthstone Fight Nights.
Oh yeah. Season
over at the ESGN TV channel. So those are some pretty good games, and we all love Krip's casting.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's so humble. No, Krip does an amazing job at casting. And what season? Season 2 or season 3? I forget what season we're actually on now. Because I know you guys recorded it kind of like, the seasons are kind of broken up, kind of weird.
Yeah, season 3.
Season 3. Yeah, season 3. All right, on Monday. Check it out, guys. And it's going to run for probably, 2 weeks again? Like last time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So check that out. Any other shout-outs?
Sure. Traditional shout out to Razer. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's a Razer headphone.
Yeah, all right. Good deal. I'll round...
I can shout out Razer. They sent me a Razer Orca because I couldn't buy them anymore. But then it was a little bit broken, so they said they're gonna send me another one. Yeah.
You didn't use your...
Gosh, so much value. Crip getting so much Razer stuff.
You didn't use your scissors this time, did you? Like you were recommending folks that one show. That was crazy. I will round things up by thanking you guys, obviously, for doing the show with me each and every week. It's always a lot of fun, and all you guys that watched, amazing. And you can catch the VODs if you missed any of the show on youtube.com/ChanManV. And all the past shows there are there too, so check that out. Follow the channel if you enjoy this show or any of my other shows, Unfiltered, One's Not Sprites, Climb the Ladder. Best way to get notified. And follow these guys on Twitter at Kripparrian, at TrumpSC, and myself at ChanManV. And I feel like I'm missing. I feel like there's something I'm missing. No, I think that's it. But all right, guys. So for Kripparrian, Trump, and ChanManV, we will see you next time. Peace.